To solve for q, subtract 4 from each side. So q is greater than -7 is the solution. When we graph, we want the most important information at the center of the graph. So I'm going to start by putting the -7 here. And then I need to include at least one other number for reference. It doesn't matter what that other number is, so we might choose something like -10, for example. Because it's greater than but not equal to, we have a circle on the -7. And because we are greater than, we're going in the larger direction on the number line, which is always to the right. So we're going to shade all the way to the end, stopping only at the arrow. Solve and graph -12 plus n is less than 20. We're going to add 12 to both sides. So n is less than 32. Again, the 32 should go at the middle of the graph and should be an open circle because we don't have an or equal to. We need to pick another number for reference. We might choose 35, but any other number for reference would be fine. We're just indicating scale. We want all the numbers less than that. Less than goes to the left on the number line, so we shade all the way to the arrow. Solve and graph x minus 1 is greater than or equal to -1. We're adding 1 to each side to isolate the x, and we have x is greater than or equal to 0. So 0 goes at the center of our graph. Because of the or equal to, we can actually color that number in. We need to pick any other number somewhere on the number line to provide a scale, and we need to shade in the greater than direction. The hard drive on your computer has a capacity of 250 gigabytes. You used 115 gigabytes. You want to save home videos to your hard drive. What are the possible sizes of the video collection that you can save? All right, if we have a total of 250 gigabytes available, we can't save any more than that. So the amount that we would save would be less than or equal to the 250. We've already used up 115. So the amount that we can save is an unknown amount that when you add it to 115, it has to remain less than the 250. If we subtract 115 from each side, then x is less than or equal to 135 gigabytes remaining. Here are some graphs, and what are the inequalities that describe them? So for the top graph, I see a closed dot on -5, and I see the shading going in the greater direction. So that means the shading comprises all of the numbers that are greater than or equal to -5. On the lower graph, I see an open circle at +1, and all the shading is going to the left, which is the less than direction. So x is less than +1. In number 10, we're being asked to translate words into symbols. Write an inequality to represent each expression. All real numbers p greater than or equal to 1.5. So p is greater than or equal to 1.5. 8 less than a number y is greater than 17. So we have a number y, and we're going to subtract 8 from that. That difference is going to be greater than 17. A car can seat at most 5 people. Well, at most means I can't put any more than that in the car. So it's that much or less. So the car can seat less than or equal to 5 people. You must be at least 18 years old to vote. So the age at which we can vote is 18 or greater. So greater than or equal to 18. The speed limit is 35. So the allowable speeds have to be less than 35 since that's the limit to how fast we can go. So the speed is less than or equal to 35. You must be at least 4 feet tall to ride. So you can ride if you're 4 feet or taller. So if your height is greater than or equal to 4 feet, you're allowed to ride. You can be more than 3 feet tall to ride. So if your height is more than 3 feet, then you can ride.